Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy DD758 Sakafet. To all my subscribers, I'd like to say thank you. And to all my new subscribers, I'd like to say thank you. Don't forget to hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share. We got 90 days. 90 days, the couples tell all. It wasn't too bad for me. I don't know what you guys think, but it wasn't too bad for me. But it was really it was funny to me because that the way those couples were on that show, it was a bit funny. We had Natalie and Mike. A lot of little stuff came to light with the two of them. Mike, the night before they got married, Mike left for 6 hours. 6 hours is a long time to leave a house. I'm sorry, Mike. Mike said he left for 6 hours and he went down to the river to clear his mind. Nah, Mike, that don't work for me because that's definitely too long. Like a lot can happen within 6 hours, but like someone said, if I think it was um yeah, I think Jovi brought it to his attention here. Jovi told him, how would you think if Natalie did that? And I think they were pressuring Mike too much because those people didn't see what we saw. So I guess that's why they were pressuring Mike so much because remember she told Mike he has a low IQ. He needs to like change the way it. She was definitely doing too much, and all that crying for me didn't work for me when she and Tamara went to the hotel and she's like, "Oh Mike," and she was crying, and it didn't work for me. So I still feel Natalie had a motive for her to be in the US, and the rumor is that the two of them are not working out. But then the mom, the mom said, I think people were a little hard on the mom, but the mom saw that that relationship wouldn't have worked. But to them, it would have worked. But the mom saw it. And the mom said that she didn't see the two of them working. And Tamara said, yeah, she saw it would work. She saw them in love. But then Tamara is the next only, but they're only showing Tamara what they want Tamara to see. And then the mom went as far as trying to get Tamara to stand up in the wedding and say, I object. But I think the mom should have probably she should have probably get Uncle Bo some Tennessee whiskey and a packet of Marlboro. And I think Uncle Bo would have accomplished that job of saying, I object, because I don't think Uncle Bo liked Natalie too much. But yeah, if he had that Tennessee whiskey in his head, I think Uncle Bo would have stood up and said, I object. But anyway, she tried to get Tamara to say she object. Tamara didn't want to do it because Tamara didn't want to get involved. So it got to the point where Sean, the hostess, spoke to the mom, and Mike kept on apologizing for his attitude and what he did to Natalie. It wasn't justified, yes, but then I understand where Mike was coming from because he got cold feet because Natalie for me don't click. Natalie is not, something is wrong with Natalie. I don't know. She hugs trees. No disrespect to tree huggers, but then if I was a tree, I don't want Natalie hugging me. I'm just saying. But I don't know. Like she, there's something wrong about her. But then it went down that they spoke about it, and even when they went on a break, like she and Mike were eating together, and she got up and she left. But I like, yo, I love Julia. Julia don't mind her business. Julia is in everybody's business. When Mike came by himself, Julia was like, where your girlfriend? Where Natalie? And he's like, I don't know. She said, but I thought you were together. And he said, well, she'll be there, but Julia is in everybody's business, but we'll get to Julia. But then that whole scene went down. They spoke to Tamara. Tamara disagreed for standing and saying that she would object. Tamara didn't want to be a part of it. But then that's what went down with the two of them, and there's part two. So we just on part one. Then we have Jovi and Yara. Oh, Jovi needs to grow. Jovi needs to grow. It got to the point where they started discussing what goes on. Then Yara said she didn't see the whole what transpired with Jovi when he went to the strip club and he went up to the private room, but I call it the boom boom room. And we all know what goes down in the boom boom room. Jovi cannot deny it. And then they asked Tariq what goes down in the boom boom room. Tariq is like, oh, they go up there, they talk about politics. What? They talk about life. Ain't nobody going no boom boom room and talking about no politics and no life. What's wrong with Tariq? Tariq fell on his head. And then Julia, like I said, Julia's in everyone's business. She's like, oh well, she's a go-go dancer, and people thought she was a stripper. So there's a difference between a go-go dancer and there's a difference between a stripper. So I guess the go-go dancers have skimpy clothing and they don't take the clothes off, and the strippers take the clothes off. I guess maybe that's the difference between a go-go dancer and a stripper. But you know, so Julia was defending Jovi a bit, saying that she um she don't see nothing wrong with Jovi having a private dance because it's just a dance, just a dance. But we know in boom boom rooms that we know in boom boom rooms that you don't go down like we know that everybody knows that a blind man know what goes down in a boom boom room. You don't need to see to know what goes down in a boom boom room. But she saw it. Yara started crying, and in my one of my lives I spoke about when Jovi was on the 90-day Bears All, and he also had they gave him a lie detector. They showed Yara that as well. So Yara was just in a whole mess from the start. Like she was crying and she was saying she can't believe Jovi did some of those things. It's in the past, so she's moving forward. But I like Jovi's mom. Jovi mom came and she said that she wished she could have just grabbed him and strangled him. But some of the things she don't want to say on camera. But she said Jovi's life has been a bachelor party. And she said Jovi's been to so many bachelor party events that, he didn't have to go out the night before he got married so they can fly to Vegas so he can get married, which is true. Because you've been single for a minute. Yara had the baby. Like, for me, if my wife is pregnant with my child, we're about to get married, I ain't going to no boom boom room. No, I'll stay home with my wife, take care of my wife. But he has that one good friend that's married and he has that one friend that's a bachelor. So, influence him in doing stuff because it was that same one that paid for him to go up in that room. But they spoke about it. Jovi mom came on. Jovi mom said the record straight, like she don't support Jovi foolishness. But they look like they in love. He and Yara look like they in love, so they in love. Let's just put it like that. I I wish them the best. They had a baby. She said Jovi's been a good dad. Jovi revealed that the baby let out some poop on him. That was a little funny when Jovi said that. So I said that poop must have been for all the years, or like all the time Jovi was doing Yara wrong. The baby remember all what went on. Anyways, let's get on that. We got Julia and Brandon. Julia. So Julia was making it look like, hey auntie, Julia was making it look like as if she was the one, she was the poor, she was the one, the victim. But then coming to find out, Brandon went looking for a place. You understand? Brandon went looking for an apartment and it wasn't to Julia's standards. So why Julia was making it look like like Brandon and his parents were the ones having her like working like a slave on the farm, and Julia, you the one making it look like making people feel sorry for her because everybody got on her back because of that, telling her like she's trying to make them feel sorry for her, and it wasn't Brandon and his parents, it was her. So she's saying that the reason why she's doing the work on the farm is to spend time with Brandon because Brandon goes to work when Brandon comes from work. Brandon comes to the house and do his chores. So she says she's really trying to help out so that she can spend time with Brandon, which makes sense. But Julia, why did you make us believe that Brandon didn't make any effort to look for apartment? Brandon didn't make any effort to get you buy house and land, and he did all that. And then you were like, no, it's not to your standard. Come on, Julia. So but the only thing I didn't like was the parents when they try to force the birth control on them, which they were grown. You don't do that to grown people. You understand? They're grown. If they choose to have a child, yeah, you can caution them, but to put them on birth control, you're out of place. It's not your place to do that. You understand? So they were okay. She talked about when she was a go-go dancer, people used to judge her, like people used to think she was doing more than a go-go dancer, and then Yara defended her, and that whole scene went down. But she's like, Jovi, I like the way she talked. She said, yeah, Jovi went strip club. Jovi went strip club. Good. You go strip club, I kill you. I kill you. Brandon, I kill you. That was so funny. Like she's defending Jovi, but she's like, Brandon, you do that, I kill you. Anybody talk to you, I kill them. Like, yo, that's why I like her. Like she's straightforward. She'll tell you what's on her mind. She don't hide what she have to say. You understand? So she's pretty cool. Then we got Tariq and Hazel. They didn't have much of Tariq and Hazel basically going on. I guess we'll see it in part 2. and then they had Amara and Andrew. Somebody needs to get Andrew some Huggies, some baby, some baby formula, and those carriage you push the babies in, because Andrew, as usually, throw a tantrum. Like for a grown man, he acts like a kid to me. I guess that's why he works in a daycare, because he acts like a little kid that needs some Pampers, or he needs to have his baby formula. They should have his baby formula aside for him. Like he's like, oh, you don't wanna like agree with what they said, so he's like he's getting up and he's leaving. And the man came there dressed like a pallbearer. I wonder if Andrew was one of those guys at the funeral that carry the coffins, like, or drive the hearse. He came there just like a pallbearer, or I guess maybe his mom dressed him. I don't know, but he looked really funny to me. Something is wrong with Andrew. But Andrew is not. I don't know. So he tried to always make himself look like the victim when he's very manipulative. I don't know what really went down between he and Amara, but there's something wrong with Andrew. I think Andrew is a spoiled brat. I don't know. That's how I see it. But let's go. I got my girl here with me. What's up, Kia?
Hey everyone, how are you guys doing?
What do you think about that episode?
So it started off juicy. I was like, okay, when Julia came in there, she came in there to start drama. She was like, okay, listen, I'm about to bother everybody and be all in everybody's business. Now I know you said Julia, you like her because she speak her mind. However, if your stuff ain't together, you might want to sit down. You living on the farm and with somebody's mama. So it was just like kind of like, girl, I understand, it's for TV, you entertaining, but you can't be in everybody's business. Poor Julia. She just
No, but that's why Julia keeps it real. She's like, no, no, Brandon, you go strip club, I kill you, Brandon, I kill you.
yeah, but you can't have a double standard. Brandon can't go to the strip club, but then you gonna say it's okay for Joe because you a private dancer. Where you from? Girl, don't try to justify because that's what you were over there doing. But I mean, I like Julie. I think she's a sweet little girl, but I think she just don't get it. I think she was kind of like sheltered. Because even I was saying that Yara was throwing shade to her. Yara was like, girl, you ain't even on my level. Because Julia reached out to her on social media. And then at that point, she was like, okay, I thought you were a nice girl, but you really something different. I don't think y'all
What just happened? I guess Kia freeze.
I froze up. Hello?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think it was my Wi-Fi.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
So, yeah, I think with Yara, y'all be like saying y'all think Yara is like kind of stuck up, or y'all don't. A lot of people don't care for Yara, but I think Yara is a sweet girl under it all, and I think she, not into like talking about people and just starting all that mess. And Julia was there to like, hey, we on teams, we speak the same language, let's get everybody. So I don't think Yara was for that.
So okay, what do you think about when they show that clip? And Jovi went up into that boom boom room. Did you think Jovi just got a lap dance and got out of there? Like,
I know, I believe Jovi touched some stuff, but we didn't get all the results yet. So if he didn't sleep with the stripper, something happened. But guess what? The results won't be on the next one. So we'll see. I don't even know why he would take a lie detector test if you was out there, because you heard him later on say something was wrong with the lie detector. So this is not Maury. Don't take the lie detector test. So I think there's more to come. So we'll see. But I think Jovi did a little more.
well, I will see. But what do you think about? Huh?
Go ahead.
No, I say so. What do you think about Jovi's mom? Because his mom, I like what his mom.
His mom. I love his mom. I love her. I love her. I love her. I can't say that enough. Because anytime a mother tells her son, she's like, I've talked to Jovi. But y'all remember I called that a while ago. I said Jovi's mama is trying to say that Jovi is a problem. She was throwing little hints all the whole entire season. Now she just came with it. And I think she's more upfront now because there's a baby involved. And she like, Jovi, you've lived 12 years of the bachelor life. Grow up. So I don't know what Joey, I don't know what his problem is, but I love his mom that she just told the truth and called her son out and said that she's played, had plenty of conversations with him. So Joey is just a bum. He's just a little kid that need to grow up.
Yeah, I like what the mom did because she definitely didn't take his side, and she wasn't up for that. Because like she said, his whole life has been a bachelor party. So
Yeah,
I mean,
now you have
Jovi
a
been
baby.
like I said, Jovi for them streets. Jovi been in and out of them streets, in and out of them strip clubs. He be partying hard, but the mom, she's seen him. I guess she probably see him grow a bit because I guess maybe the child make him slow down a bit. But we'll see. Like I think they're on happily
That
ever
tells a
after.
lot about you. If you got to pay to play.
Yeah.
So Jovi
Yeah,
ain't just
because
girls
you
on,
see,
his own.
you see that scene with the lie detector. They didn't show. Yeah, I think if they had shown more, Yara would have probably hit Jovi outside his head because they asked him a question. Have you ever did he go to Jamaica with a stripper? Like he was like, yes. He answered that one truthfully, but I think they just showed that to just
Yeah,
so it will not go too far.
yes, to keep us waiting. So they gotta have something for part 2. So they giving us a little bit, but that's just not the only question that they wanted to know because Jovi is a liar. He's a
Yeah.
kid. And
Yeah, we'll see. But what do you think about Natalie and Mike? Because that as a mom, would you do that? Would you want to try and stop the two of your son or your daughter from getting married because you don't think they would work?
so
Was
when
the
you
mom wrong?
she was absolutely wrong. When you could have one conversation with your child and say, you know what, I don't think this relationship is something for you. Bringing somebody over from another country, I'm a little concerned or whatever. But once your child, your grown man, like all the way grown, he's a grown man. Once you tell your child, or at that point, you have to let it go. So once the Natalie was over here, she should have minded her business and kept her little mouth closed. Because what if they were happily after? Then you're going to cause conflict between you and your son. Because that's what a real man would do. So if you talking about my husband, like for me, you talking about my husband, me and you beefing. They know we cool. So now you calling conflict, causing conflict. So his mom was so wrong for that. And even though I know him and Natalie don't like each other, but he was so wrong when he was like, do I have to choose between, now I'm not going to choose between Natalie and my mom. Number one, nobody told you to choose between anyone because no real woman is going to tell you to choose between her and your mama. You're supposed to man up and put your mama in check. It's a respectful way you can do it. Like, hey, mama, this is who I want to be with. And I appreciate if you respect my wife, in order for us all to, coexist. And I want to be happy.
But I think she would have accomplished that if she had spoke to Uncle Bo and get him a little Tennessee whiskey, a bottle of Tennessee whiskey, and a packet of Millsboro because Uncle Bo look like when he drink, he turn up, he would do anything. But I don't know why she approached Tamara.
She didn't know where Mike was for them 6 hours. She said she asked everybody. Uncle Bo was like, I don't know. I can see Uncle Bo. I don't know. But listen, Dee, I promise you, that mama was so wrong. You gonna call the neighbor and put her in the mix. I'm glad the neighbor told the T, like, don't put me in this mess. It's bad enough they had the neighbor driving around for 6 hours on a credit card. But are you serious? So,
yeah, I was like, poor Tamara. Like Tamara just caught in between that whole mess. Like that was really like Tamara in the interview. Tamara's looking like she don't even know like why she's not interviewed because
like I said, I don't like them together, but the mother needs to mind, her business. And you made a good point earlier when you was talking about how people, because the neighbor kept saying they seem like they're in love, and you was like, yeah, you could put on, your front so you can just pretend around people, you send, whatever. So that's a good point where we be thinking people be in love, but you don't know what's really going on behind the scenes. So that was a good point you made. So I just wanted to let you know.
But yeah, what do you think Mike went for those 6 hours? Mike said he went by the river.
So you just by the river. You ain't got no fish. You ain't fishing. You ain't doing nothing. You just by the river. Okay. There's some funny business at that river. Okay. Whether the girl was at the river, we got some shows in common, DD, and they be on trees and stuff at the river. So hey, anything go down at the river. They might, so it's just because you was at the river, were you alone at the river? But stay tuned next week because his so-called friend is going to be on episode 2.
Yeah. So we might probably get some more insight because the friend going to be in part 2. But also, when Natalie spoke to Tamara, she said Tamara told her he must have had a bachelor party, and Tamara denied it. Tamara said she can't remember saying that, but then Natalie was saying, yeah, well, you did say he was having a bachelor party. So then now I'm starting to wonder if Natalie is lying or if it's Tamara lying.
No, Tamara was lying. Because if you tell me, because if you go back and watch it, Tamara, she kind of backtracked. Because you know when somebody like straight checked you, and Natalie was like, yes, you did. And then she was like, well, maybe. Whenever somebody say maybe and start saying all them like them word choices like that, they know they lying. Because if I tell you, say, Kia, you said such and such, and I know I didn't say it because that's not in my character, I'm be like, no, I didn't say that. You better go on somewhere, DD. You know I didn't say that. So Tamara was not like that. She was like, well, maybe. How you forget? How you confused, Tamara?
Yeah, you know what I want? I want directions to that river. Because whatever had him sitting by that river for 6 hours,
I don't know. We're not giving you because you might not be able to make your way back because he said it's in the middle of the mountains and you have no.
Yeah, I need to find out the coordinates to that river. Even if they drop me by
away like from that river.
That man was there for 6 hours.
Listen, like I said, even if the girl come on episode 2, I still wouldn't believe what she's saying. Because you remember, it was another couple from another show that they was saying they wasn't sleeping together from this 90 day, and then come to find out the girl was sleeping with him all along. So, yeah, you know what? Stop the lie.
Well, I guess hopefully in part 2 we'll find out about the 6-hour river trip. I think he was in that river diving. That's what I think he was doing.
He was deep diving.
He must have been in there swimming in that river, you know? But I just trying to figure out what river he's talking about.
Up to him, Mike. Like Mike is on some shenanigans because I'm still mad at him. If you knew that you didn't like Natalie, first of all, why did you even bring her here? But once you realized you wasn't gonna marry her when it came out that he had already called his mama and told her that he wasn't really, thinking about marriage or whatever. That's why the mother felt comfortable. That's why you can't tell certain people your business. So when he told his mama that, you should have sent that girl back. Why would you wait till the night before when you know her visa about to expire to be talking, well, I don't know. Then y'all got to call the lawyer. All that was extra. Mike need to grow up. Man, I don't know what Natalie is holding over him or what they got going on, but just separate. End it for all of us because I don't know what they got going on. I don't know if they got a business venture, a contract. I don't know, but it's not love. But he should have taken it there.
I don't know if you remember, the mom said that Mike, I think 3 days before his marriage, told him that he's going to buy a ticket to go back to Ukraine. And Mike denied it. Like Mike said, he didn't tell his mom that at that time. The mom was really, I think the mom also was trying to start more problems. Like, there already are problems.
On that part, I think he did. Because whenever you open the door and bring other people into your relationship, that's why they be thinking that they had a right to do what they do. That's why anybody watching, if you're not through with somebody, don't be telling your family and friends all your business because then they think that they can, jump in and, be all in. Then you like, y'all in love, and then they still causing conflict. So if Mike had she just wasn't the one. His mama wasn't the one he should have been telling that to. But I think he did tell his mama that.
Well, let's wait on part 2. I'm really interested in seeing what the friend have to say because, they must have been, both of them must have been by the river diving. You never know, trying to catch some fish. Just a good old southern time, I guess.
I need to be on the reunion. Be like, Mike, you're lying. Come on, Mike.
But that's what I find kind of strange. Nobody called him out on that, but I don't know why they didn't call him out. And then remember when they asked Natalie why don't she have the ring? She's like, she's afraid it got stolen. And that's why I like Julia. So they asked Julia. Julia said, yeah, sometimes take out my ring to wash dishes. Sean asked her, do you think Natalie's not wearing the ring because it might get stolen? She said, no. Julia's always been honest about the whole situation. Like she don't sugarcoat
it. Want to bring that ring because she was scared of Mike. If it went left, Mike gonna ask for that ring back because she loved that ring. So she probably was scared that Mike was gonna say, "Give me the ring back." So she hid the ring so she can keep the ring. Because if you were scared,
I don't think she. Yeah, I don't think she left it at home because somebody was steal the ring. That don't make no
People
sense.
break houses. I don't care if y'all live in the middle of nowhere. People breaking houses, so you leave your ring at home. And you on a whole nother. You on a trip? No. So Natalie, they funny. Those people, yeah.
Yeah, Julia is my girl. Julia, I love Julia. I just like Julia. I like Julia boldness. Like Julia, she's not sugarcoat. She don't hide. She just tell you what's on her mind.
Now,
Like I
Didi,
remember.
let's say, okay, I'm gonna get you, bro. It's cute when you young because she young. But Julia, that person, you be like, with me, I'd be like, little girl, go sit down. You talking too much.
You find
Nobody asked you. Who asked you?
I don't find she talk too much. She just say what's on her mind. But look, let me remember when she had that conversation. When that whole I don't forgot about Rebecca and Zia because they were a little boring. They were very boring. But I got this picture of Yara before. That's Yara before plastic surgery and after plastic surgery. So that's Yara before plastic surgery and that's Yara after plastic surgery. So what do you think about that?
I mean, I like her better now, but I mean, like I said, to each his own. You know, because even what's her name? What's the woman that got the went to Sonabella and got Rebecca? Yeah, Rebecca's it.
Rebecca,
So
yeah.
yeah, she went and got some work done. I say to each his own. I'm not letting anybody cut on me because anytime you go under, it's a possibility to die. So it's not that important for me. So, but if that's an insecurity or something that you feel like is stopping your happiness, more power to you. But she do look a little better with that new face features to me. That's my opinion.
Yeah, well, a lot of people in the comments say she looks better. Yeah, she looks better, but to each his own, like you said. But the thing is, Julia kept on saying, I don't understand, no understand why people won't cut. I don't understand. Then Yara tried to defend. If you feel something is wrong with your body and you want to fix it, you want to do what you want to do to your body, go ahead. And Julia's like, no, understand. I don't understand. So it was a little funny when Julia kept on saying,
you don't have to understand. Like somebody be like, oh, okay, well, I don't understand why you do a lot of things we don't understand. If you choose not to do it, it's not for you to understand. People do a lot of stuff. Like men that say, I don't like women with wigs. Why would you wear a wig if you have hair up under there? Okay, sorry, you don't have hair like this. So don't ask me that question. It's not for you to understand. So Julia might say that, be like, oh, well, why you wear a wig? It's not for you to understand. I don't want to comb my hair. It's too thick. But Julia just she poor little baby. She just clueless.
well, I like Julia. I don't know. Julia might.
I don't like her. I just say she's just a little. To me, she's a little kid.
No, I prefer being for a woman that will speak her mind, and like when we go out, she speaks her mind. But yeah, she needs to slow down a little bit. But then I think
she would be no match for me. I speak my mind, but if nobody's asking you a question, I mean, I understand that that's what the reunion is for. That they need entertainment for the reunion show. So don't get me wrong. That's what we watch it for, entertainment. However, in the real world, Julia be giving advice and stuff on stuff people didn't ask her. I'd be like, who asked you? That's me. So I gotta be like, I'm too grown for that. Don't be asking me no questions that nobody asked you.
All right, well let's jump on Julia and Brandon since you're on them. What do you think about Brandon saying that he brought it to light that he did look for land, property to buy. He did look for an apartment, and then Julia was like, no. And we all thought that was the parents were the one trying to make Julia like have them stay on the farm. But when they interviewed the parents now, the dad is like they can get up and leave whenever they want to. And the mom to me, she said certain things that made it look like she's convincing Brandon to stay, but the dad is like open to them leaving. But Julia made it look like it was the parents and Brandon were the one that keeping on the farm, like keeping them in the house when they could just, I guess, get up and get an apartment. But she just wasn't satisfied with what they were getting. What do you think about that?
Listen, Brandon's mother knows that he cannot make it on his own. Brandon is a little. Oh, that's from my reroll. Brandon is a child. His mother knows, just like Joey's mother knows. You know your kids. Brandon, like I said, he done spent all his money. Brandon is not a little boy. He has boyish looks, but Brandon, when you're over 25, you should be somehow getting your life together. How you been living on the farm all this time and you broke? How? You say you got a day job. Everybody in the house has a day job. Where do you work at McDonald's for 2 hours a day? I mean, seriously, like, what is the problem? And one of my friends said that he was spending it traveling, but you wasn't traveling that often where you just broke, you got student loans. I need more information on Brandon. So I think, his mom just like, you know what, don't leave and then come back begging, because once, mom and daddy get comfortable in their house, they might like it. You ain't got nobody in the house, you can do whatever you want to do. They could be in the hot tub themselves without clothes. So, they had an issue about that. So I think Brandon need to just get himself together, because his parents basically, once you leave, you don't need to come back. So I just think it would have been a bad look if they would have moved out to this, like, probably like apartment that was probably like real cheap and real.
Well, yeah, but I mean, because even Yara made a good point. Yara said, I want when I come out of the bathroom, I could just take off my towel and Jovi and I can just have sex. That's like Yara. Did you? So, and then Jovi said he would never have Yara come to America, and he doesn't have his own place for Yara to come to. Like, he don't want Yara to be at his parents' house.
And that's what I was saying from when we first started doing this show. I said, why would you bring somebody over to America and you're not ready financially to take care of them? Because you marry them, you have to sign the paperwork to say that if the marriage doesn't work out, that you're willing to take care of this person. But that sounds like his parents are going to take care of Julia, because you don't have any money. I need you to research, Dee. Find out where he work at, why he don't have any money.
He does, the job he does is it's like those people that come to your house, and if you have ants at your house or bugs or they catch raccoons.
Oh yeah, okay, I remember.
So yeah, something like that.
That should be decent money. So what is he working only like 4 hours a day, 3 days a week? I'm confused. And where they're living, the rent shouldn't be that much. So
pest control, right? Yeah. So you make good money doing pest control?
I'm not saying you make good money, but he should be making some type of nice, decent pay where you can at least get an apartment. And then guess what? Then maybe you need to go get another job. You got a woman, you gotta be able to take care of her. Maybe he need two jobs.
I guess. But you see, the thing is, I feel the mom still have a part to play, Brandon. Like, she seems, that lady looks very manipulative, like Rebecca told her. Like, when she started the crying, or, she don't want him to leave. Why would you start crying and saying you don't want him to leave? And then the father is saying, they can leave at any time, but you crying and saying, okay, well, I'll have you stay in the same room. So I think his mom is she's like, maybe behind the scene, she's still manipulative, like trying to manipulate him to stay in the house.
Okay, Dee.
But then,
I'm not buying it. I don't care if your mama is still feeding you at the breast and still, babies, cuddle, whatever. That is he's still too old. Once you're 25, you got to man up. Brandon likes what Tessa Lee just said. He likes being there. He likes mama folding. She folds his clothes. She probably runs his bath water. His mama he likes that. Why would you want to be responsible? They pay the bills. All you got to do is just go feed the chickens. He's not ready to grow up. He want to have a girlfriend. It's not even real marriage. He just want to have a live-in girlfriend.
But I think that's why Julia said, I'm the boss. But she said she's the boss, but then the mom wants to be the boss. And she said, but she's, So the two of them, I guess.
Listen, I'm not.
She said things got worse.
Listen, there's only one room for one queen in the house, okay? Remember that. One queen. When I first got married, like I said, I was around their age or whatever. And we did. We was living with his mom for, about a month. And I was like, sir, we out of here. And if you don't want to come, I went and got my own apartment. Now, she don't have that option, but there's only room for one queen. Now, was it like me and his mom beefing? No. But we two grown women. Two grown women. Once you over 25, you grown. Y'all can't coexist. Because, his mama was like in the house trying to, make him breakfast. I'm like, I'm his wife. We newlyweds. She like, well, here you go, your clothes. I was like, sweetie. She knocking on the door, coming in the room. Okay, we gotta end this. This ain't working. So
yeah,
it's not gonna work.
I agree.
And but guess what? He followed me to the new house.
Like I say, I agree with you 100%. But let's not forget also, like when she wanted to, she called the doctor and she told the doctor like she wanted to look up birth control for them. I was like, like you said, I agree with you 100%. But let's talk about Rebecca and Ziad. Rebecca is trying to accuse Ziad of the time they had that dinner, and her daughter's friend was at the dinner, and then she was trying to accuse the girl on eating on Ziad. But I didn't really see it like the daughter said, like that's just what the husband said, it's just serving hospitality that she offered, since she know dad got trucks, like they can help him move. And when they showed the clip, Ziad looked like he was lost. Ziad looked like he wasn't paying attention to the girl, but Rebecca made it look like so much as if they were flirting, and like I don't know, Rebecca, she kind of gets under my skin.
Yeah, but guess what?
She's very, very insecure. Ziad looked like he don't even understand English too well, because even when they were having the conversation with him, Ziad looked like he was a little lost. Like on the panel, like when they were sitting there, I don't think Ziad understands English too well.
He doesn't. But let's go here. Although she went to Sonabella and got the whatever and got the tummy tucks. Okay, listen, your body is still 50. Me and you had this conversation. The older you get, you may look good on the outside, but your body is saying something different. So Rebecca is insecure. She's trying to keep up with that young man. But at the end of the day, your insecurities is not going to work, because that girl was just trying to help Southern hospitality. She didn't say you couldn't come. You needed a truck. So she was going to let you use her truck. You read more into it. And even when your daughter tried to convince you that the girl's not like that, you like, oh, no. She would not back down. Girl, you're the only one to think that somebody wanted Ziad. Let's just talk about that. Who wants Ziad? Like, really?
Ziad looks like a 5-year-old. A grown 5-year-old Ziad looks like to me. But wouldn't you gonna date with Ziad?
Why you be trying to get y'all excited and talking crazy? No. And then when Ziad said he was glad, like he was like, oh, I like the new Rebecca, with her tummy tuck, whatever her little, tucks that she got. I'm like, well, you need a tummy tuck too, then. Don't tell her.
Yeah, but didn't you hear when she got a little offended when he said that? Did she look? How did she look now? Didn't she look good before the tummy tuck? He was like, yeah, she looked good. But they asked him how did she look now. She said she looked better. And then she watched him like, like did you just say that?
Listen, if I try to, first of all, if you do, like, I agree with Yara. That's a good point that Yara made. If you want to do it because you want to get it done, you get it done. That's, like I said, free will. But if you're doing it trying to keep your man, that's the wrong reason. And again, if that's the case, he needed to go with you to Sonabella.
Well, but do you think, the age gap is big for me. I mean, you love who you love, you want to be who you want to be. But then I still think it might get to the point where Ziad might want to have kids. And that's why I think, although he keep on saying he don't want to, but Ziad is young. And eventually it will get to the point where Ziad might want to have kids. And I think that might be an issue in the future. And also, she's getting all that plastic surgery done. So how much more can you continue getting all that plastic surgery done? That's the next question too. So I think that'll be her what. She's been married 3 times or 4 times before. I think she have another divorce on the way. Because it will get to the point where Ziad would not he will not
At
be
this
interested in her.
point, Rebecca, you like I said, somebody put in the comments, she been married like 3 or 4 times. If she don't go sit down, like girl, you shouldn't be at 50 that insecure. So I'm not even 50 yet, but she doing too much. At a certain age, you just be like, it's not that serious. She's just doing too much. She's insecure. Like things change when you get a certain age. So I'm not sure what's going on with her. Like what other issues she have, but she's her thought process. Even when her kids like you're delusional. Nobody wants it.
Yeah. And like I said, because even when they when they were at the table and then they showed the clip, like she told Ziad, she said like the friend said she can help you. Ziad was like, huh? Because I don't think Ziad be understanding English too well. Ziad looked like he was lost. Ziad
But
was
he goes
like, huh? And then,
along with what she tells him, because you notice like when they asked him the question, he was like, "Yeah, well, a woman might want to sleep with me." That's because Rebecca told him that. He didn't
right.
believe that because she's an American woman. Why is you making that man think American women that they offer you something that they want to sleep with you?
Yeah,
Like,
you're right. That's why, and she's talking about Brandon's mom is a manipulator, but she's also manipulating him. Like she's trying to control him, and that's why she's doing that because she's
that's
trying
what
to
I'm
control
saying.
him.
Them people need to go sit on that couch because everybody on that couch got problems. You ain't got no opinion on nobody. Because even Mr. Tariq, you notice they didn't ask too much about him, but he had an opinion on everybody's stuff, giving his advice.
Yes.
If you don't stop giving advice, if you know your stuff stank, stop trying to help because you gonna get. If you be quiet, they might not go in on you that hard. But I said everybody want to give everybody advice and they stuff.
Yeah, because that's why I want to see part 2 of the tell all because Tariq be giving advice. You said Tariq is like probably the best man in that whole room, that whole situation. Like he told Jovi it was time to apologize. Like he was telling Mike he was wrong for like calling off the wedding at school. I was like, okay, Tariq. I was like, all right,
See,
Tariq, well, let's just see when your turn come, what you're gonna be saying
that's
and
what
what they're
I'm
gonna
saying.
be
Some of
telling
the
you.
stuff, yeah, he should have apologized. It was time for Jovi to apologize. But when you know your stuff raggedy, you might want to go sit in the corner and be like,
We'll see. But I guess we'll see part 2, we'll see where Tariq, Hazel, and Minty they got the episode coming up. We got to touch base on Amara and Andrew. Yeah, the big baby.
so Andrew, I don't even know what Amira ever saw in him, but when he came out there and was just like, with long hair, and I don't know what look he was going for, but then he just had this arrogance about himself. He likes to control. So if the woman says that she don't want to come out there with you, you must have did something, or she don't feel like being antagonized. So why you can't respect that she doesn't? Okay, they gonna ask you questions separately, and ask her questions, but maybe you was scared of the woman, but he like, well, I'm just gonna leave. Okay, you have the right to leave. Bye.
Yeah, I, and did you see the way he was dressed? I wonder if it was his mom not dressed him because he looked really weird.
No, I think he dresses himself. I think he just that like he's weird like that because like
You
even
sure his mom? You sure his mom wasn't the one that dressed him?
mm-mm.
Oh. Like I said, I think they should have get Andrew some baby formula, some Huggies, because that man acts so much like I guess that's why he must be he's a babysitter and he's among those kids because he's a big kid himself.
But this show just shows you it's not based on looks or anything that anybody can manipulate somebody. Once they realize that you're weak, they can manipulate you. Because I'm like, who in the world would let Andrew manipulate them? Like, seriously, drop in the comments. Would you let Andrew manipulate you? You'd be like, boy, bad. So I'm just, I don't know
But
how. Like, what did he say? Because he hasn't said anything at this point that impressed me. So I don't know what he told poor Amira, because
Yeah, because I'm trying to figure out why is she so persistent, in my opinion, to come to America? Because it's not like France is a bad place to live from what I see. I've never been there. Like I've been in on a connection flight through France before, but I've never spent time in France to say like I walk around, I see what it is, just the airport I've seen. But I trying to figure out, it looks like a place that's not like the living conditions, the way of life, the lifestyle is bad there. But for you to want to be with Andrew, although last minute she changed her mind because she probably realized she made a mistake.
Yeah, number one, let's go here. I'm like, okay, I don't know who her friends are. Just because like I said, maybe her daddy couldn't get through with you. But number one, I would have never got on that second flight. First of all, first of all, if you love me, so again, like I said, I'm different ages, different stages. Because at this point in my life, you're not gonna talk me into going somewhere. Because if you love me, you're not gonna make me do something that's unsafe. So that's number one. So when she felt uncomfortable going somewhere, he kept trying to push her. That should have been a red flag, like just a big, huge red flag in the yard. Like, no, I'm not doing that. You don't really care. I'm telling you, I'm scared. It's the middle of the pandemic. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
And so at that point, when you got detained there on top of you going over there, and he over there sipping pina coladas and whatever, and you in a detention center and you can't take a bath and you cold. No. Yeah. So I'm glad she didn't come. I'm glad she finally settled there. The other country scared her. Where was that other country that she went to? And when you went out there, yeah, it was scary. I was like, sis. Yeah. She probably couldn't even sleep. Her nerves was probably bad.
It got to a point I started thinking Amara was working for BBC World News because she was like, Andrew wanted me to go to Mexico. I went to Mexico and he wanted me to go to Serbia. I went to Serbia and I was like, Amara, from the time I went to Mexico and I saw I got detained, there is no way I would go to Serbia. And then she said, I didn't eat for 5 days and then Andrew didn't call me. I was like, oh, come on, Amara. Like,
listen,
it took her a minute. It took her a minute for her to actually get it.
You froze up. Okay. Like I said, it's different ages and different stages. Because a guy, like right now, the way my life's set up, if you tell me to go like 2 miles from my house right now, talk about to meet you, I'm probably gonna tell you no. Like, no, I can't do it. So I'm just trying to figure out like why you even let him put you in that position. So I'm glad that she finally, had her anxiety attack and got her life together.
Well, Kia, I don't know, Andrew, want you to come to America. And she's like, what the?
Dee, I'm telling you, if somebody asks me to go somewhere, it don't even matter if it's a friend. You tell me to go somewhere that don't look right, I'll be like, I can't go there.
Our pity Diali is not there today, but we ain't going. We're not going to go visit Diali.
We can visit Diali.
We can visit Diali because Diali will leave us on the airport and should be having a good time. And that's exactly what Andrew was doing when he was in Mexico. And then when she spoke to him, like he's like, I went hand gliding. I got a massage. Like, yeah, but anyways.
A man's job is to protect. Okay, so he didn't show any attributes of a man at that time. So I don't blame him.
He's sick. Yeah, he's sick. I'm waiting
to talk about. I don't need to go back and forth with you at the reunion because you showed yourself. And I'm just saying, I heard you on the phone, so I don't know what type of editing you're trying to say that, if you try to blame it on the producer. No, sir, you are wrong for asking that woman to come back. Even if I offered to say, hey, let me fly into somewhere or whatever, a real man that knows that it's not safe is going to tell you, no, baby, don't do that. So either way, there's no way around that situation.
Well, I want to say shout out to Busy Blue. Thank you for the super chat. Said I don't even watch this show, but I had to support 2 faves. Okay, well, here we got somebody I like us on.
Thank you.
Yeah, go check out Busy Blue channel, people. Subscribe to his channel. His channel is very, very interesting. Ian and Jolene also, they go live And I love the way they dissect certain things like that really look funny to them, and they're both funny. They're both funny.
Yeah, so the
But
reality
anyway,
show,
that's about it for me.
yeah, so it
Go ahead,
really
Kia.
wasn't that interesting. I'm really waiting for part 2 for them to give all the tea. So they just gave us
Yeah.
a little bit. So it really wasn't nothing to much dive into, you know, but just like kind of like little catty. But you know, we gonna see. I want to hear them results on that lie detector test.
Yeah, but also people go and check out Auntie's live she did about it, her review yesterday. Yo, Auntie can do a great impression of Natalie. But
Oh my.
Auntie has been laughing. You don't need to go check out Auntie's live. I heard Auntie does that impression of Natalie. That is so funny. Like I can't do it, but her impression of Natalie is really, really good. But that's it for me. Will next Monday. I go live on Thursdays and I go live on Saturdays. So if you guys want to join me on Thursdays at the same time,
Okay, what's
Married
up?
at First Sight,
Okay.
and Saturdays I do Ready to Love. It's not. I know not everybody watch it, but you guys should probably check out Married at First Sight on Ready to Love. This is it for 90 Day Fiance. Like I said, it wasn't all this, it wasn't all that, but it wasn't bad. It was just a little funny to me seeing all those couples and Julia, Yara, and Rebecca. It was just funny. Now, the part 2 is going to be basically, I think, will be more about Amira and Tyreek. So we'll see. And also,
And
we'll see what,
who was at the river?
yeah, we'll see what went down at that river. I don't know. Like I said, I need coordinates to that river because it seems like that must be the best river in the world for you to be staying 6 hours by a river. I've never spent 6 hours by a river, but like I said, he must have been doing some deep diving for some fish, and he must have had a friend with him looking for some fish at that river. But who knows, Kia? Kia, are there any rivers next to your house?
Well, we got the Detroit River, but ain't nothing popping at the Detroit River. 6 hours.
Ain't nothing popping in that river.
Maybe
All right,
I'll
Kia.
do the Detroit River tomorrow, and I'll let you know what's popping at the
Yeah,
Detroit.
you gotta let me know what's popping in those rivers because for you to spend 6 hours at a river, there must have been something real popping on that river for 6 hours. But Kia, thank you very much. Shout out your channel and your book and Kia Simone, Women of Power.
Yes, you guys can check me out on YouTube as Kia Simone. And if you have not grabbed a copy of my book yet, please support your girl. The name of my book is From Pain to Love by Kia Simone, spelled exactly how it is on the screen. You can get my book on Amazon or Barnes & Noble. Just show your girl some love. You can also get it on ebook if you don't want the paper copy, but support me. Thanks.
Okay, and what's your closing remarks?
I'm kind of glad this show is over so we can talk about some new shows. Y'all catch us when we talk about What's the Ready to Love and
Married at First
Sight. Those shows are a little bit more interesting right now. But 90 Days, I'm over it. It's just like these people are
90 Days starting to really look like it's scripted. It's getting to a point where it's not like what it was before.
And
but anyway.
Yeah, so you didn't have your guy from the Caribbean. I wonder where he's at. Why they didn't come on the show. You know what I'm talking about, right? The lady from Michigan.
Oh, yeah, what's her name? Stephanie. Yeah, Stephanie and Ryan didn't. Stephanie says she's doing her tell all, and I think is on her Instagram. She says she's going to be doing her tell all. So I'll pop in on it.
She crazy. She want to control the narrative. That chick, she was on somebody else's YouTube stage on channel talking crazy. Girl, you lying.
And I think it's because I think she said she's going to sue TLC. There's something going on between the two of them, like saying like TLC allowed her to be abused and
listen.
It's a whole.
First of all, you had the option. She said, "Okay, let's go here. We're gonna close out real quick." But that lady is a liar because she said that the show came to Grand Rapids and basically camped out around her house and kept begging her to be on the show and told her to pretend her and the first guy were together and maybe it will work out. And she said they were already broken up at that time. I don't care who camp out at my house. Have fun, but you're not gonna force me to be on the show. At that point, she didn't have a contract. So, chick, girl, listen here. Stop the lies. If she sued, then she's talking about they didn't pay her for her luggage and all this stuff. Girl.
I will check out what I will do. I'll monitor Instagram to see if maybe she might drop it on her Instagram. But I think she has a fans only right now, I think she has a fans only. So I guess maybe she might put it on the fans only, but she got her own tell all. I'm really not interested because we saw it played out on the on the show.
Yeah,
A
just
whole
save your
yeah,
time.
she
All you gonna
yeah
hear is
just yeah
lies.
she kind of like well according to Lauren she cray yeah
That's why I just
cray.
said, Lauren, that's why I like you. She cray. All that stuff she was saying was lying. Like, who camping outside of your house, girl? They like the production. She said the production crew came to Grand Rapids. Wherever they came to Grand Rapids, it was like, let's just hang out in Grand Rapids and beg you to come on the show. How it, girl? You not like
Yeah.
a star?
Look, any boy that have a cat and the cat look like it need therapy, just know that person crazy. Every time I see that poor cat, I think we need to start a GoFundMe page for that cat
Listen,
to
Dee
get
Dee,
to get
the
that cat
cat is
some help.
trying to get with her, get away from her. When your cat think you crazy, you look at rewind and watch some old shows. That cat be like, here come the crazy lady, put me in the bed, feeding me medicine. Here come the lady talking to us, this is your daddy. That cat is like, what is wrong with her?
The cat eats yogurt. I've never seen the cat so stressed out. It started eating yogurt. I don't know, but something is wrong with her. But anyways, yeah, let's on free. Like, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to leave a comment. And thanks to all the people in my comments. Thanks to Busy Blue for sending me that super chat. And go check out Auntie's live yesterday, her review yesterday. Like I said, you guys will laugh because Auntie does a great impression of Natalie. Um, I'll see you guys hopefully on Thursday and on Saturday. Then you'll see me back on Monday with 90 Day Part 2. Thank you everyone in the chats. Thank you, Kia Simone. And we're out of there. On 1, 2, 3. Bye.
Bye.